Hello, it's another episode of Sequin Girly Creates. I'm Sam, Sequin Girly, and today's episode is called Finish That WIP. This is a challenge that's been set up to help those of us who are not start to finish sewers to finish our WIPs. Now, there are some WIPs that should never be finished because they were toiles or they didn't work out. And I have recently recorded a bonus episode of our podcast, So What's New in the Biscuit Tin, for our members, all about what we can do with those things, and my thoughts on that. So if you'd like to hear more about that, you have to become a Biscuit Tin member. I'll put the link below. But there are WIPs that we all have that actually, if we finish them, we'd wear them. So today is me showing you what some of those WIPs are, and encouraging you to go and dig and find your WIPs that you haven't finished. And then at the end of the month, if you put in the hashtag that's along the bottom of the screen, you will be entered into a random draw to possibly win a prize. And you know what I say? And I didn't come up with it. I think it was Bruce Forth. I said it. You've got to be in it to win it. So why do we do it? Why do we have WIPs? I have WIPs because sometimes I start something and it's not going how I want, and I need to put it aside and think about it. It goes in the naughty pile and I have a think before I pick it up again and carry on with it. Sometimes I have a WIP because the last bit to do in it is the bit I don't enjoy, such as putting the buttonholes on. Sometimes I have a WIP because, it sounds weird, keep saying this, doesn't it? Because the reality is that I sew it in a different season, and then there's not, oh, I love the fact that these are making me look like I've got antennae. that I don't sew it in a season where I'm actually going to wear it, so then there's no impetus to finish it because I'm not excited to wear it, so it just languishes, or it's just not turned out how I thought it would. So it's been more of a creative, playful pursuit than a wearable piece. So let's have a look at some of my WIPs and let's see if we can finish these. So item 1 is a dress I made last winter for cosy wearing at home, and I sort of fashioned it out of various ideas, and it is very close to being finished. I even put on like a ribbed collar, and I've done a facing, and that all needs to get tucked inside and go down there. So I think I used the idea of the Donny shirt, and I think this is actually really close to being finished. I've just got to do some top stitching. That looks weird there, that's probably why. So I ended up with a weird hole at the front here. There, look. But I think with some top stitching, well, I've even hemmed the there, and then something at the bottom needs to happen as well. So I commit, Sequin Girly, I commit to finishing this WIP. No reason not to, is there? Now the next one is a jumper that I harvested that was going to go to charity, that belonged to someone else in my family, and I cut off the sleeves to make one of those nice like sort of tank top vests, and I've got to do something with this raw edge here, and I wasn't sure what, so I just stopped. So I think the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to overlock that, and then I might just turn it under and stitch it, or I might bind it, but that's all it is. All that I need to do. It's just silly, isn't it? So I commit to doing that. Now this next one, I shared this a lot last winter. I got a long way with this. Let's start with the back. Look, I even hacked a V yoke and put piping in. I put piping around the sleeves, and I hacked front yoke. I put the skirt on. Do you know what? The only thing that I didn't do was the buttons and finish the sleeves and the bottom of the skirt. just like, what? Who are you? I don't know. Do you know who you are? Because you could have worn that amazing rainbow dress all summer. Don't you mean winter? It's really thick. But again, who are you? So, it's time. It is absolutely time to finish this. So thank you, Finish That WIP, for coming along. Look, I just got to put these on. I might even do poppers, you know, because then I don't have the stress of my buttonhole machine letting me down again. And this possibly, look, that's quite a wide sleeve, isn't it? I think I'm going to do a bias binding and gather that in to a nice cuff. I bet you've got, viewers, a WIP just like this, haven't you? And I know what's going to happen. I'm going to finish it and then I'm going to love wearing it. So why didn't I do it? Let's get these WIPs done. Right, next one. It feels like a confessional. Donny shirt, all done, apart from the sleeve and the bottom bit. Why haven't I done it? Donny shirt number 2. I've even done the sleeve on this one. I've even done the bottom. Why was this in the box? It needs things trimmed off. I know why. Something really weird happened with the back hem. Look. I need to fix that and then I can wear it. Now I think I know why I didn't finish this one. Whilst I liked it, I don't think the fabric is right for me. So this might be a giveaway. I need to see what needs finishing and then I might give it away because I'm just not sure I'm going to wear this with this fabric. Let's put that on a separate pile. Another lovely top, could have worn through the summer with my lovely pinks. But did I finish it? No, I didn't. What did I need to do? All I needed to do was deal with this poking out facing. I've done the sleeve, I've done the bottom hem. It's just that facing. Have you looked and seen these things lurking in your box of things in your house? Now this is an Ogden cami, and there was some reason I wasn't keen on this. So this is going to need a try on. I'm feeling it's something like the height here or something. I've definitely not done the bottom. So I'm going to have to give this a try and then work out what I need to do. But this has been lurking now in the box for a year. This should not happen with an item like this. I either need to finish it and wear it, finish it and donate it, or cut it up and use it for something else. Now these trousers could have gone possibly in the sew up cycle, but now I think they need to be in that Finish That WIP. They were a pair of corduroy trousers I bought from a charity shop, originally from Marks and Spencer's, and they were too big round the waist but fitted everywhere else. And I tried to resolve it a bit and didn't. And then for some reason I just gave up. Sorry, I'm looking down here and you can't see. And I just gave up because I was disheartened. So after my much pursuit of trousers this summer, I feel it's time to take that knowledge and do something with these trousers. Fingers crossed it works. If it doesn't, then I am using this corduroy in with some patchwork corduroy in a sew up cycle challenge, which you can watch in my sew up cycle video. So one way or another, this corduroy is getting used this autumn. And then my last WIP was a co-ord from fabric I bought in an Oxfam charity shop, which was clearly new fabric that someone hadn't used because it was like a corner out of it. I made the Maya Sotis top as a Maya Sotis dress top bodice as a top. I even put the mandarin colour on, and I remember even choosing the buttons for this, and that's all that was left to do on that. Sometimes I embarrass myself. And then the skirt. Now for some reason the skirt waistband didn't work quite correctly, and look, I have already unpicked a good chunk of the waistband, but it's so long now I can't remember if it was too tight or too slim. But this is a skirt. Look, I've done the pocket bags, I've done the hem, well, button, pin the hem. Again, it's just buttons and fixing that waistband. And I even put interfacing in the waistband. So this needs to be done. And look at the way I've even done my seams in there. So that needs to be finished. So that's going on the to finish pile. So I feel a bit lighter having confessed all those things. I am going to put these in a bag that sits by my sewing machine, and throughout the month of October I'm just going to pick one up and do one before I do anything else. If I'm feeling like it, I might get on a roll and do a couple, but I'm definitely going to commit to either finish them or cut them up and use them, because those things have all been sat like that for at least a year. And it's just, I shouldn't do it because it's taking up space and it's also bogging me down. And if I'm not going to wear them like this one, it's time to say goodbye. If I am going to wear it, I need to give it the chance to be worn. And I think sometimes, and I reflect on this, we get to a new season and so we don't want to finish the things that are not for the season. Or we get distracted by new, shiny, exciting things. Or we get frustrated because clearly with that co-ord, I got frustrated with the waistband and just stopped. I need to be brave enough to pick it back up and do it, or as I say, move on. But it's taking up space that I'm sure I, like many of you, find you don't really have. And so I need to do this now. I would love to know whether you are a WIP holder onto like I am. Are you as shocking as lovely Sam, so let's sparkle with Sam, who shared she had a lot of WIPs? Are you only a WIP person when it's a project that goes wrong? What do you do with the ones that go wrong? Because I leave them in the naughty corner and then reflect on them. Are you someone that never has WIPs? Do you either finish it or get rid of it? Because if you're a start to finish sewist, which I am quite often but not always, and I will have multiple projects on the go, and I know some people find that quite stressful, but if you are a person that goes start to finish of one project, start to finish of the next one, what happens when you're starting to finish one and then it goes wrong? Do you persevere through that before you do the next one? Because sometimes I've just not got the brain space and I need to do something else, if nothing else, to think about it before I come back to it. So I would really love to know about your journey, and WIPs or not WIPs. Yes, do tell me, because it's quite an interesting one, isn't it? At the end of October there will definitely be an update on my WIPs and my sew up cycles. I'm going to put them in together because some of them are like quite overlapping anyway. And I've realised where some of my pins and my clips are. They're still on the WIPs. So I'd really like to know what your journey's like with this, and hopefully you can see a few that are starting to be finished before I disappear. Catch you again soon, and good luck finishing those WIPs. Go on, go and do it. Dig out that box, have a look and get them out.